Should be another high-level game of League of Legends. That's all we can ask for, as we're going to hit the Rift here for game number 2. Well, here we are in the middle of 2019 LCK summer.
We're in the weeds already, right? Week 3, day 3. We're getting through it. Whenever we're starting up a season, you remember how fast these things can go.
Yeah.
With 10 best of 3s a week. Ward was placed in the first brush to look for a brush camp.
And the ward. Nice.
That was the recall ward that was placed by TusiN. In case you're wondering, you can place a ward right towards the end there and not end your recall. You can go for any cheesy binding start in order to make something happen. TusiN has just the most bonkers summoners this game. He has,
along with
the cleanse bot
Deft.
is normal, but the one I wanted to get to was the Halo Blaze. They're double. Oh my god, this. Okay. So here's what happened. I'm
take a breath.
tapping your leg here for a reason. You know what happened in this game?
Yeah.
What happened in this game was that they saw this and they realized that level 1 Deadly Plumage start will be just the most obnoxious from double Hail of Blades, Zyra Khan, and that's why the front brush was so heavily contested, because you look at that and you say, we need to get away from Zyra at level 1 with her W popped, because that's a lot of damage. Hail of Blades,
Rakan, and then even for the Xayah.
The Xayah part is a little bit more normal, but like you say, non-standard.
Yeah.
You can at least get there like you did with Callista. Uh-oh, level 1, Rascal has no lane presence.
That's the fun part about press the attack, if you can get on top of a guy who can't do much.
I feel like Rascal should have gone Electrocute just to go for the full domination tree team, because they got 4 domination. Yeah. I don't think that, I've never seen 4 domination on a team. Insane.
Really? I wonder if that's never happened before.
I mean, it's probably, but 4 is a lot, right?
Oh yeah, I mean,
usually you're seeing a cheeky aftershock thrown somewhere. All right, well, I think this is smart for Ezreal and Lux to say, you know, normally Lux is a lane winner, but we'll give you the benefit of the doubt. In the early game, with Hail of Blades being a flat, huge amount of attack speed. Sounds very scary.
Yeah.
Press the attack on the Aurelia. Makes her even more powerful in the early laning phase, so there's a lot of things to catch people up on. By the way, Lux support is a very normal thing. By the way, that's a very interesting load of keystones there. By the way, Doran's ring on Vladimir was a Nuguri debut thing that Vlad memes are saying is now the normal way to go. Gets you that second motion to get out of a bad trade, and we already saw one of those bad trades, so probably a good way to go for Rascal.
Yeah, has become the standard, as you did mention. And, well, this lane down here is all about just pushing them in and not giving them any space. So let's see if they can keep up with that domination so far. It's going to be even in terms of the CS, at least.
I'm still not okay with this Hail of Blades. It's so crazy.
I mean, you have to consider what you're giving up as well, right? I mean, the beginning of the fights, you're going to be full of burst, right? Especially in the laning phase.
Or you're just dying.
Yeah,
right?
I mean, Rakan loses not only Aftershock, but also Guardian, which was kind of that next one. If it was TusiN, he'd probably go Unsealed Spellbook. But, okay, Nuguri's not playing around as the flash comes in, and he says you're dead, as Pool was down, and Nuguri puts Rascal in his place.
And we talked about how if DAMWON Gaming was going to pull off that first game victory, it would be through the top side, prioritizing top D, prioritizing bot lane. First pick Aurelia, first blood, solo kill. Nuguri puts Rascal in the dumpster. That's a good look for DAMWON's big bastion of carry.
That was all about cooldown reading. I mean, he just says, okay, you walked a little bit too close to me without your pool up. I guess I'm just going to kill you.
I mean, literally, the correct analogy here is he walked too close to the sun, was blinded, and died. That's what happened here. That was really
died.
Exactly. I know, it sounds scary, but I mean, he did die. Even the Hemomancer couldn't live through it. Mid lane somehow seems so much more serene after a lot of action in this game already.
The mid lane nowadays, it used to be the place where you'd find all the action, the outplays and stuff like that, but I feel like other lanes just have a lot more fun nowadays, as a mid laner myself. Not sure exactly why that is. Even in lanes like Akali versus Jace, you don't see that much.
Let's watch the replay. Notice both full health. Q starts to stack up, so the passive is already starting to stack up here from Nuguri. And then Rascal just honestly wasted. Yeah. The moment the W is used there, you're so dead. But yeah, down the lane, W on cooldown. Dies as he deserves to.
Yeah, I mean, Nuguri kind of gave him another shot. He's like, okay, you went into your pool. All right, now back. And then Rascal went right next to a minion that was about to die, and you just QQ, and, well...
Better top wins.
You're dead.
No?
In this case, it looks like that's going to be the way it goes. As well, let's see. That is going to be the kill. Will he live, though? The answer is no, but how about all of the CS that's going to be denied? No TP for Rascal. Absolutely worth as he continues his domination of the lane.
And the style, too. There's something special about Nuguri, a laning top laner on a champion like Aurelia, whose finesse is so clear with all the jumps that can happen there. Absolutely, like you say, hashtag worth is real. Second kill already. His items only roll on, and the cloth armor is only going to go so far.
This is survival builds right now for Rascal. He's like, I don't want to let my team down too much.
But, you know, he's forgotten to eat his meals a couple of times. He's 30 CS down. 20 CS down, I should say. Top bottom lane. Who's doing that damage?
He's getting in there with his Hail of Blades, but looks like Xayah just wanted to push, so. Nuclear able to get out of range enough.
It was Keen that was able to roll over Rascal when Kingzone lost to Afrika. And Rascal's ability to be competitive all the way through that insane win streak Kingzone were on was something we complimented, right? Came in pretty rough at the start of this Kingzone roster lineup, was losing reverse matchups in Kesper Cup, but then really got it together as spring went along. Last couple of times, he's faced the best, right? Nuguri and Keen are right up there. Just taken down.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about that pool cooldown again. But it's kind of hard to avoid, right? Because they're under turret. So
feels like Nuguri always has Permis 5 stacks of his passive. It's when you get the on-hit damage to complement the high attack speed. And honestly, what can Gragas do, right? Comes to that lane. Could try to return before the flash is up, but he's only still working on that level 6, so his impact has been very minimal.
Yeah, both the junglers. I mean, we talked about some of these lanes, but both the junglers just really having a bit of a farm fest, a snooze fest, whatever you want to call it. Sitting back, just getting their camps. Whereas you can kind of feel the fear that Rascal's experiencing in the top lane.
All Rascal can say is, don't worry guys, I won't die again. I'll try to farm for late. We know that the Vladimir late in teamfights has a much more reliable AoE burst to be able to take over a team fight. Aurelia's no slouch, but needs a bit more setup compared to the Vladimir, so no, of course, excuse for dying twice in lane. But at least Rascal can try to steady the ship. It needs to. Other lanes, you know, they're close, but no one's running away with it like Nuguri is.
All right, let's see if he learned his lesson.
19 seconds on that cooldown, still remaining.
Look at this lane.
And what else is he supposed to do, right?
He just sits here, he's like, oh, it's pushing the other way, and you got my pool. Even if he had his pool.
The world's saddest Vladimir.
Oh, at least the stun missed. All right, trying to trade back some damage here with the empowered Q.
Could I please, sir, have some minions? Please, sir, can I have some more? Oh, this is terrible. Gragas has to go and just walk up and Q things.
See, Cuzz is like, maybe I can go to the mid lane. No, you can't. You have to be in the top lane as Simo Plague is down. And Cuzz is seen on a ward, and that's the only reason that Nuguri has to back away. So he'll be up there on helper duty, just trying to push that lane in.
Yeah, they had the ward, and the Predator obviously was the second spoiler for Nuguri. Is someone who can be guilty of misreading, but no misreading happening here. He's reading the signals just fine as he's up 34 CS in the laning phase on that kill, as we know.
Yeah. He's the type of top laner you watch where you're like, I want to be a good top laner as well that plays, you know, Jace, Aurelia, all these main champions. Not the farmers, the lane dominators. You want to make that lane kingdom yours.
But with maturity, I've come to realize that I'll leave the high mechanics champions that look cool to the high mechanics young kids. Whenever someone pops off on Pantheon, I'm like, all right, I'm Pantheon, I'm coming back.
Yeah.
But when someone pops off on Aurelia, I get irritated that I have to ban more things.
There'll just never be another an option for you ever again?
No, Aurelia's been removed from Papa Smith.
Yeah. It's definitely not an easy one, you can put it that way.
Mid lane, not discussed. Both sides have gone respectful. Extra to start into the Seeker's Arm Guard start for both of the mid laners.
Ooh,
that's
I
a lot of
like
damage.
That first damage. Even the Dragon's getting in there. Don't even need him as Canyon puts his jungler in his place, and now the Mountain Drake is theirs.
Now, this is a 2-0 that's brewing that no one saw coming, because that's another good moment. That's not even from top side. Cuzz goes down. Assist should go to the Mountain Drake. Give that extra gold on kill, I should say, to Canyon, who will finish it off. The Mountain could be big. Could be Aurelia taking that top lane turret early. I saw Aurelia and Vladimir hovering the same pixel, and I wondered if it was going to be another solo kill.
Oh boy. 65 CS at 11.5 minutes.
Oh, and he has to build.
And he has
Seekers.
Trinity Force. What is he gonna do?
Oh no.
This is where you unplug your computer.
Summoner
You go for a nature walk, just to cool yourself off.
Yeah, this is yeah. Or you load up some team fight tactics.
Oh yeah. A game for casuals like you that get killed in the top lane.
Gonna watch this replay. What does Cuzz get hit by? It's the ER?
Everything.
Yeah, I mean the Q doesn't hit, but you're right. And then from there, just trivial for Canyon to pick up the kill.
He's done that before.
Well, Cuzz has got a new part of the map to stay in, the top side.
Now it's a 4v1 lane.
All right, this is a good call though from Kingzone. End the laning phase if you can.
Nuguri trying to flash away here, but he is going to be charmed. But a really nice stun, and he's still alive for so long. Almost able to trade that damage back on a TusiN, but 5 members of Kingzone all rotate to the top lane, and they finally kill that pesky Aurelia.
The magic number was 4. The 5 was overkill, but the 4 was necessary to get their man. Good lane swap attempt. Wow. The Rift Herald is up, but I have a feeling this ain't over.
Yeah, we got more action here, and now DAMWON have to be careful. The release, I feel like, is going to be pretty decent, but they don't have TusiN around.
And Nuguri has teleports, so they should still pick up this objective. Now they're saying, I'm back again, and what's Kingzone gonna do?
I think they just have to give it away, right? Deft is like, no, please. But you don't really have any choice. They're just too strong. They're too far ahead right now.
And we're gonna see the very rarely seen Rush Zonias coming out of Rascal potentially in this game. Doesn't have the latitude to go for that Proto Belt, perhaps. We'll see if the lane states shift and he gets away with it. Jamming the Rift Herald to ensure the gold is a very high gold early game, up to 21.6k. DAMWON Gaming.
I love the split there, too, between ShowMaker and Nuguri. They're like, yeah, well, we need these guys to get fed. Nuclear can do his thing, his AD carry thing, where he farms in the side lane, but
he's tanking Ezreal with the mana build, right? So he's just doing his thing, pushing.
Meanwhile, elsewhere on the map, DAMWON are just going to try to take everything they possibly can. As not sure about this one, Cuzz he's going to have to flash away. Nearly goes down anyway.
Gets the Fat Flash on brand for Gragas. He gets out. Ooh. He's got the Fnatic skin here. Is this in any way relevant for the later game today? Fnatic versus G2. Gonna watch the top side. Let's watch how many members were really needed for Nuguri, who already had his Trinity Force done. They open up here. A lot has to be used, understandably, onto raid boss Nuguri. If BeryL was there earlier, he didn't even get a shield onto his ally there. Who knows what might have happened?
That actually was a very close one. That's why when I was play-by-playing, I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to call this one over. I've seen a lot of Aurelia outplays.
Don't condemn the Trinity Force at 10 minutes Aurelia to death until you have to.
Absolutely. As looks like only 320 gold there in the mid lane. Perhaps the one plate in the top side was not taken. or near enough to get the gold, is what I mean.
KingZone seeing what they can make happen topside, but very low percentage chance. You obviously want to fight where Irelia isn't, but when your kind of reward is flash up Iceborne Gauntlet Ezreal, perhaps going to be a low chance of it.
Yeah, or they just gotta hope that Lux walks in the lane and gives herself away as a kill.
Not a 2-level lead yet, so experience-wise, Rascal trying to hang in there. Canyon looking to just be a jerk.
Please, no more bully.
No, we're bullying.
Come on.
You're very good at the insolence that the no bully usually requires. We're chasing off on both sides, so at least they're getting nuclear away from the turret.
It's like the 12-year-old kid in the solo queue. Stop ganking me! Just trying to farm.
Look, I feel like if I tried to impersonate a 12-year-old kid, it definitely would be the Steve Buscemi hello fellow kids moment, but I think you could do it. I think you could be on 21 Jump Street.
Yeah, maybe I could do it. Get me and LS in there.
Yeah! DAMWON Gaming, obviously, huge tempo lead, right? And Trinity Force and Irelia staring at turrets, and they look away, so their health bars are vacated. 2 turrets for 1. Nuclear keeps farming. He's on a bus today.
He's having a great day. Just hanging back, you know. Got to play Sona in the first game. He's like, yeah, that was fun. It was a little bit different. Naehyun missed 2 auto attacks there.
Was he more of a support carry in game 1 or game 2? Maybe game 2 on Ezreal.
Game 2, I guess. He's just kind of been farming the entire time. Whereas on Sona, he actually did things. It's still early in the game. We're only 17 minutes in. But already a sizable lead for the side of DAMWON Gaming here.
Now, there are going to be a couple of windows when Nuguri's teleport is down. You could consider, with his Wit's End coming in, sending the Jace against him. There's no TP advantage. Issue is the items are coming in so quickly that there being some magic resist in the build doesn't belittle the damage that is, of course, behind those Wit's End Trinity Force autos. No ideal solutions against an Irelia this fed, and that was the first pick. And whenever you first pick an Irelia and pull off a performance like this, you know, you're requiring something with the first pick. And it wasn't with potential Sejuani synergy or anything like that, but you're understanding why the Irelia gets respect banned against a lot of people, and then add Nuguri to the equation, the math gets fuzzy.
I mean, this might be the last time, or one of the last times we see him play Irelia, because of what you just mentioned. So enjoy it while it lasts. He has been pressured after that kill, or the couple of kills on the top side, but DAMWON with their lead, just trying to take everything they can. They already took 2 turrets in the bottom side, an extra one in the mid lane. And now we're looking to bully ShowMaker here, who is looking to burst down TusiN. Will be knocked up, but trying to do the damage, and oh boy, he's able to get out there just at the end.
Is he though?
Oh, snipes! Nicely done by BeryL.
Buying time for Ezreal to join.
Yeah. As, okay, now we're going to be bullying onto Cuzz, and the TP from Rascal, desperately trying to get on in here. Deft doing a nice bit of damage too. They really needed this guy. Nuguri coming on in, looking to go 1v3. Misses his ultimate, actually. This is not what we were looking forward to. But now he's on top of Deft. Can he ultra at the last second? Unbelievable. Just about 15 health there for Deft. He is able to survive. As Nuguri, not quite the hero he had to be.
Exactly, had the gold, but didn't have the execution on that. His laning mechanics leave him down, chasing for the further kills, trying to split his attention. Here's the open downtown!
He flashes at the end. I think he would have had to. It looked like it was just barely going to hit him there at the end.
I think it would have too, and it was a level 1. Ezreal ultimately just pinged level 11 after the fact. Cool little fight here where KingZone get more inruns than we first expected. Cleanse on perhaps the last tick of Ignite, the reason that TusiN able to live. Damage pick goes down. They get the first kill here, but the moment the Irelia joined, you assumed there would be hell to pay.
You assume that, but just look on the minimap, the TP comes in, and it's double TP from both Vladimir and Zaya. And they get there so far ahead of the Irelia, so all these weak guys that can't really frontline for DAMWON, And then Nuguri can't do it all by himself this late in the fight.
Gets a little bit greedy, right? Gets the flash, because he was attempting to click the first person and then hit the Ezreal to get a lot of value on that one. Instead, misses the first target, so no value out of the ult there. Chase down here. This Ezreal ult was definitely going to kill.
Yeah, I was going to hit him, for sure. As Nuguri getting on top of Rascal once again, but the Hemoplague and Empowered Q, will it be enough? Nuguri trying to get on top of him, wants to land the stun, and that will be the finishing blow as he takes out Dracula.
You can see, though, with some extra gold injected, Zhonya's and Protobelt's more competitive than it was in laning phase, that's for sure. No lifesteal yet in the build, apart from the Wit's End from Nuguri. Would have been relevant there, he needed that on hit. So, DAMWON Gaming, with that pressure, they push through mid as well. Irelia pushing in bot side. Still in the realm of the game, where Nuguri can dispatch Rascal.
He's able to do it for now, but in the end, it is just the kill. They do force the Jace to rotate us. So we're going to get the whole thing in high-def replay.
Comes in, reset on the minions for the autos, but Rascal a lot more bark than he had in the laning phase, that's for sure, with multiple different ways. He wasn't blowing the Sanguine Pool like he was in laning phase, more understandably. Waiting it out, timing is there. A little bit more AP, maybe that last transfusion gets the job done, but DAMWON Gaming are relieved to see that the Irelia, who's currently 2,300 plus gold ahead, still has solo queue pressure. Solo kill pressure. I know, I had solo queue on the mind.
Yeah, and okay, everybody's hiding here on the left side. They have to assume something's up as everybody's coming around the corner, but ShowMaker is able to dance around it. But that Featherstorm able to come out and huge AoE damage comes in from the entire side of DAMWON, and they clean up the rift with Kingzone.
Big plays there from ShowMaker, sidestepping that engage. They wanted to burst one person quickly and get out. They didn't have the Vladimir there at all. Vladimir walking down to see 4 graves of the Kingzone members. Another lead to DAMWON Gaming.
Oh boy, that was just a one-sided fight. Just able to wipe the floor with them in one fell swoop. They take the mountain. Irelia doesn't even need to be there. They're not even scared of Rascal, who doesn't even have his flash anyway. So that'll be a huge team fight win, and the Baron will be going to the side of DAMWON Gaming.
Kingzone already thinking about those gank rushes to find a way back in. Insult upon injury. Baron buff after getting 4 kills. Rascal waiting, hoping he can get someone. And look, BeryL did overstay.
Oh boy. It's like, maybe I can kill the Lux.
Last man.
He's like, yeah, I'm out of here.
Okay.
Never mind.
That was anticlimactic at the end there.
The exhaust, too strong.
That was very much the, okay, sir, good day.
Yeah.
Ending to the play there. I assume intentional, but just looked super comical.
Yeah. Poor Rascal this game. Whenever he's on camera, things just don't seem to be going his way.
No. No other words to use. I want to see the replay on the ShowMaker sidestep. A sick outplay.
Yeah.
We didn't necessarily see coming. Kingzone was so ready. They really wanted to find that side lane pick. They've been trying to pick Kali the last couple of times, trying to play away from the Irelia. Now they roll through. Kingzone's out of position. You see assist pings from Kingzone's side saying, please, can we have some more people mid?
Yeah. Like, hey guys, by the way, did you notice they got Baron?
Ezreal's got a lot to say. I think the Kingzone VOD review will be a loud one. They looked pretty upset after game number 1 when we walked past them. Hirai, the head coach, had some choice words as far as we can say.
He's definitely a fiery guy. You know, he doesn't hold back, which can be good at times, but not so good at others. We'll see how that affects them as they go, as now ShowMaker is diving the turret. Might be going down here in a moment. Canyon kind of with the awkward kick, as now we're going big time with the laser. The ult though gonna miss there, and we're trying to turn it around with the Xayah. Here's Rascal, wants to jump onto the backside, gets a big Hemoplague. That'll be the 1 into the 2, as a very awkward fight will go Kingzone's way.
Teamfight Wombo you're looking for, and it helps when Nuguri's ultra low before the play even begins. DAMWON Gaming. It's a little bit too much grit shown there, but we're going to finally see that replay of bot side. ShowMaker no vision of the other members coming in, and yet First bit of damage from Deft into the Deft sidestep. Beautiful stuff from ShowMaker to open this one up, and then sometimes a plan comes together. An ecstasy of damage to end it off, and here is that replay. Watch the end of this.
I'm glad we get the double replay.
Only in League of Legends can that much Deft be a thing of beauty. But then we're going to get the top side, right, where dives in, and this time the feathers from Deft are important. Getting that Blade Caller stun onto Nuguri was a big reason that Nuguri was still an afterthought so early.
Yeah, they have some tools to CC her down and keep her in place, do that burst damage. The feathers from Xayah we've seen time and time again, kind of fill that role. So, get him, and then also BeryL on the backside. And so far, after the Baron that's about to end, they do get a bit of a gold lead, of course, but they haven't broken the base just yet.
It's not going to be a 5,000 plus gold Baron buff, power play, either though.
Powerpuff Girls.
Powerpuff Girls, yes. No Powerpuff Girls in this particular game, although Irelia and Akali doing a great approximation.
Yeah.
They're going to walk up here. They already had a lot of objectives. They're looking for the kill.
Canyon's going in, and they land the binding, actually. He does have that Zhonya's. Will he survive? The answer is they'll use this to push on into the inhibitor and try to take it out. That's okay, now we're engaging, but unfortunately, TusiN tonight is not able to hit anything. Too many fleet footworks, literally, I should say, from the side of DAMWON. Nice cast here, though, as Nuguri's in a bit of trouble. As another kind of broken up fight from that side, as DAMWON will be able to take down the inhibitor, and they're not stopping there.
No, they're looking to see how much they can get. This is pretty brash of them. They don't have the Baron buff to finish this game off. There's the Predator. Kingzone lying in wait.
I guess they feel like they have enough of a numbers advantage and not enough ults here, but the Hemoplague was still available. BeryL is going to go down, as now Cuzz trying to get on in there, and Rascal's still alive. Not sure why DAMWON stayed for this long, but this is why we see teams not do this, as ShowMaker is going to get a nice kill on the end of it, but he is so dead.
DAMWON Gaming have had their issues closing games even when their lanes get into the right spot. Their macro without flame was something we called out a lot in spring. They've made a lot of good plays this series. They're probably going to win it 2-0, but only probably, not definitely just yet. Because they like to be bold, they like to skip steps. They were just kind of waiting to end the game, even though Vladimir had ult up and they had no minion wave, which is a bit of a laughable attempt and well dismissed by Kingzone Dragon X.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they just didn't have the timing on the Hemoplague. That's the only thing that I can assume.
The minion wave's so far away. You're not going to win a 4v3 with no minions under enemy Nexus turrets, right? It's not going to happen, so... Very curious from DAMWON Gaming, but not wholly unexpected with this team. Unlike Griffin, who came in from challenges who were already kind of the finished article in some way, especially regular season-wise, DAMWON Gaming have shown us great stuff, and they've shown us very questionable stuff. So they're more honest when it comes to a new team around the Rift. The 2-0 win, though, is still on the cards here, even with all the lethality items from Naehyun stacked up.
They also gave the Infernal Drake at the end of that play over to Vladimir, who just picked up his third item, Xayah, who just picked up her Infinity Edge, a Jace that does a nice amount of damage, AP Gragas. That's a lot of stats and gold, actually, that you're just giving away instead of playing safe. So definitely a big mistake that can't be understated.
Well, here's another area where teams have made mistakes before.
Yeah, we're just going in. That's what they're saying, as Rascal is waiting in the mid lane for a TP, and here it is. Damage coming in, and once again, Nuguri is just going to immediately go down. The triple charm as well from TusiN. They're looking to turn it around here, as ShowMaker's still alive in the back line. Does a nice amount of damage, takes out Xayah, but Vladimir is still alive, and he's really the problem on the side of Kingzone for DAMWON. But Nuclear staying alive here. I feel like these fights are closer than they have to be.
I mean, that's Vladimir and Xayah team fights. It's not that expected. Unexpected given the lineups, but unexpected given where the game was at, where there was no lane assignment against Nuguri's died. It feels like 5 times pretty much from his respawn, and given that, Vladimir, how many games in spring season did Vlad just kind of non-interactively win? And Nuguri was one of the chief offenders there, so gonna watch the replay. Smart to pull away at 5,000 health when the teleport comes in, but someone gets caught. It's Nuguri, no flash up, too far up around the Gragas Cuzz.
Big highlight there to Cuzz, who lands that one perfectly, but at least ShowMaker is able to spare a little bit because if Xayah survives, then you have a problem where maybe even Kingzone can begin the Baron, you know?
What if Xayah's flash was up? It was just not available as that fight happened, as far as I'm aware, and because of that, he wasn't able to find much. Flashes up on both AD carries. What if flashes up in general? Another Baron play. DAMWON Gaming walking there, and Rascal, after the just an awful laning phase, is now pretty much getting close to full build Vladimir.
He was playing for that late game all along. The big brain Vladimir. As, well, this time around, we're not going to be landing too much, but Canyon is able to get out.
Took a lot of damage over the wall from the Xayah, Infinity Edge, and also TusiN used the ultimate. So Zeke's converged Xayah plus Baron buff almost just killed Canyon straight up. He has to recall. This game's getting harder, Valdez. If they keep running at the Baron, they're opting into that Vladimir team fight. And you wonder if, given how close the last true 1v1 man fight between Vladimir and Aurelia was, who's to say Aurelia still wins against level 17 Vlad? So DAMWON Gaming's running out of good options without picking someone. This is looking mightily tough, and the game 3 that seemed impossible 20 minutes ago is now more and more possible.
And you do have to highlight that here as Rascal almost level 18 on that. Not super fed. Okay, that's a nice little binding there. Gonna force that pull, and now DAMWON are on the hunt. As the big ultimate gonna come through from Nuguri, but they're pretty far away. ShowMaker, though, over the wall. Canyon, nice dive and bait to get that ultimate away from the Xayah.
They're still chasing. They want to get this fight.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. They're still on the hunt here. They don't even need Sivir.
The do-si-do can be done here. They can try to run down, run up. They're trying to cut off every single escape.
And they say, well, you burned a bunch of your ultimates. We're just going to start the Baron.
Rascal has Hemo Plague, and that alone this late is big. 4,000 on the Baron.
Oh boy, here we go. Rascal coming in, big Hemo Plague, and the Baron is going to go the way of DAMWON Gaming, but everybody coming in on the flank. Is it going to be enough for Kingzone as DAMWON are actually fighting this one, but the stopwatch is good from Rascal, and Deft survives as Nuclear still hanging around, still playing with fire, but they keep Baron buff on only 2 members to DAMWON.
Nuclear doesn't really find a way in, and there's just not enough escape routes, even if the Baron was claimed by the side of DAMWON Gaming. Gonna watch the replay here on how this all happened. Watching the bottom side of the fight. I believe Cuzz, I mean, that shield, is that Edge of Night on Gragas? I'm not 100% clear on that one, but going into the fight, got in there, got close, got a lot of work done. Got in the pit, but the smite comes in. But we talked about Hemo Plague was up, and Vladimir, still Vladimir.
It looked like the smite from Cuzz was a little bit early. Not 100% sure.
I'm not sure what that shield hue was. Very weird. It wasn't Edge of Night, as you would think. It'd be kind of a crazy item to buy, and yet it kind of looked like about it.
And yeah, Lux doesn't do very well in those kinds of fights, as we're getting flanked by literally everybody
and
on
again,
the opposite side.
It's another fight where you're like, okay, if it looks like a team fight and walks like a team fight, don't Kingzone win that fight with the Vladimir this big? ShowMaker was caught on a really fully farmed and fed Vladimir for DAMWON Gaming just a few days ago, but the rest of the team could pick up the slack. Now we're in this scenario where it just feels like anything could happen, but Kingzone are probably the favorites team fight-wise in the 5v5.
Definitely an awkward spot here. But we're doing a nice amount of poke damage. And okay, now we're just going straight in as Deft loses his ultimate. Still has the flash though. And disengaging ults from the side of Cuzz. As it feels like, even though we talk about how Kingzone have a pretty good team fight, whenever ShowMaker or anybody wants to engage, Kingzone are all about the disengage.
So the problem they had there is Deft was the closest to the enemy team, and Featherstorm is all he has, right? Featherstorm, Flash, he's not a particularly fast champion. Zaya, of course, going to be much easier to catch. So the mind game there was ShowMaker try to hide damage with the flash and just burst out with a Q rather than just put out a predictable ability with travel time that Featherstorm could be used on. Does mean that ShowMaker's flash is down, and Cuzz has been pretty good at punishing people with casks if they overstep without flash.
Yeah, that is true. We'll see if ShowMaker can avoid it with all of Akali's other abilities, but we're going to have some fun here in just a moment as DAMWON, they did have the Baron, but it's only on 2 members. They haven't, once again, really got that much of a push going. Still no inhibitors down.
Well, Nomicon and Execution is calling for the Vladimir, but they can hold a 2-item Vlad in check. Definitely nowhere near 2-item Vlad. Huge, huge Rascal. Nuguri coming from the backside.
Double Cloud makes this Aurelia so fast.
They're bringing the minion wave because they forced Naehyun out of position here, but they're not strong enough, or don't feel strong enough to opt into a Rascal flank. Very important to reveal the flag.
Okay, here we go. ShowMaker on the edge here, but still not able to break the space as the Baron buff is over. Next objective will be the Elder in 2 minutes. So even more time should pass before anything crazy happens unless someone gets out of position.
DAMWON Gaming at every moment, eyes on where is Rascal, and if you don't see him for a while, consider the flank wards. That a teleport might be able to find something from. If you're DAMWON though, your goal is to keep pushing, because if you keep the map played this heavy into King Zone territory, when Elder and Baron, which are not desynced by much, only 21 seconds, hit the rift, then you'll be pretty sure that there will be no advanced vision from King Zone around those objectives. And this is a very interesting question, Valdez. You don't think you can win team fights against King Zone if they're honest? Elder's spawning, you have 4-stack Drake. Do you have to halve your luck and just take the Elder as a trade for Baron? And does King Zone let you take a trade, given their teamfight wins? Is some mind games right now that you don't scrim for, that you don't prep for. This is where the players have to make intelligent decisions. And I'm not sure DAMWON Gaming are strong enough to actually just try to roll up and take whatever objective that King Zone have set up for.
Yeah, I'm glad you put it that way, right? This is the games where you get a lot out of your VOD review, where you learn so much and you become eventually a veteran going through the hard-fought, very close battles and weird game situations that veterans always know how to handle. So it seems like both teams really want to fight over this Elder, as it is going to spawn first, and DAMWON are just very meticulous about denying all the vision as is possible, even this one little ward down here.
DAMWON also have the Lucian Singularity, which is such a god ability in scenarios like this, popping in for vision over walls. We don't care about things like control wards. Such a tense game. We always, in the back of our mind, just like DAMWON Gaming, have to that, wait, where's Vladimir? And is he standing on vision? So if the answer is no, yep, Rascal's ready to do some big damage. Now, DAMWON Gaming could run at Baron. It's a low-value Elder for King Zone, but a denial. It's a place to teamfight around. BeryL already half health.
Yeah, already doing a nice amount of damage is the poke from the side of King Zone. Now it's Nuguri on the flank. They want to avoid that to King Zone as well. Cuzz in a pretty good spot here. Nuguri coming all the way around, wants to get over the wall. It's going to go the way of Cuzz here. Nuguri over the wall. Can he do the damage? He is going to be denied for a while, but zones him out, and here comes Rascal with the huge emo playing in the background, and they take down Nuguri, and they're going to take down the rest of DAMWON here, as it looks like they will be punished for the mistakes that they have made in this game, as the Elder and a triple kill to death will go to King Zone.
DAMWON Gaming not looking to halve their losses. They double down. This is not the time to double down. The casino's going to take it down, and that's King Zone Dragon X in game number 2. They say the house always wins. I think the house has won today, Valdez. We're getting 6 games in the night, and King Zone and DAMWON Gaming are going to do it all over again in game number 3.
The whole audience, everybody was just hoping for that 6th game, the chance to see these two teams go head-to-head once again, and kind of does feel like DAMWON has gifted that to us here, as all the control wards coming down. ShowMaker trying to stop them, trying to beat them away. Zonya's here, wants to buy time, and he dies mid-flash, as even BeryL is just going to disappear. And that's going to do it for game 2. King Zone are going to take the win here And we will be going on to game number 3.
39-minute, 40 ending, 38 kills in 40 minutes.